Amy shows up in her apartment with a realtor. They look around and everything is trashed. The wallpaper is being cut off. The TV is collapsed to the floor with a broken screen. Even the carpet is soaked with cigarette water. And it is so wet that it's penetrating to the flooring. The whole place is rancid. It almost looks like this apartment just got hit by a tornado. This is going to cost so much money for renovation. And the money is very tight at this moment. What am I supposed to do? See, this is what happens when you rent the place to foreigners. The realtor said this to Amy. And Amy's stunned by what she sees. And she's thinking about how to mitigate the whole situation. So the realtor suggested Amy, oh, maybe you should just rent out the house that you and your family currently living in and move inside of this apartment. That way you'll have an additional income to cover the renovation fee. And I know someone who's going to pay a lot of money for your house. I don't know. I don't think my husband would agree. I have to talk to him first. So the next morning, while Amy is having breakfast with her husband, Kevin, and their 7-year-old daughter, Ing, she brought up the conversation that she had with the realtor yesterday. But Kevin is reluctant. He's like, why don't we just sell the apartment then? And plus, we have so many stuffs here, they're not going to fit into that tiny apartment. And what if this shit happens again? What if the new tenants trashed our place again? What are we going to do, huh? Amy's like, I don't think so. Because the realtor told me the new clients, they're a family of doctors. They're highly educated. They're willing to pay a lot of money for this place. They're paying above the market rate. So can you at least think about it? Just think about it. Amy said this to Kevin, and she went out for a job interview. And let me tell you, if the devil works hard, the realtor works harder. Because not long after, Amy received a call from the realtor saying, hey, the client wants to check the house today. We're coming. We're on our way. Are you home? Amy's like, what? Didn't we just talk about this yesterday? So she hung up immediately, called Kevin. She's like, hey, the clients are coming. So can you just supervise everything until I get here? I only have one interview left, so I'm going to be there as soon as I finish the interview. By the time Amy showed up to the house, the tour is almost over. The realtor introduced Amy to the clients, and it looks like the clients are a mother and a daughter. So the mother, she has a white Anna Wintour fuck-ass bob hairstyle with 2 different colored pupils, just like a husky. We're gonna call her Dr. White. And as long as for the daughter, we're gonna call her P. So Dr. White, when I was watching the movie, I was like, she ain't a fucking doctor. No shit, she doesn't look like a doctor at all. So she just reeks like a formidably witchy vibe, as if the grass would burn into ashes as she walked across the lawn. That's kind of vibe she gives. So when can we move in? Dr. White asked. Amy froze in spot. She's thinking, we were literally talking about yesterday, and now you're asking me when can you move in? This is too soon. And plus, my husband, he doesn't agree. He doesn't want to move. Oh, next month, Kevin said. Amy is dumbfounded. She's like, what the fuck is going on? Didn't you just tell me in this morning you don't want to do this? And all of a sudden, you just change your mind? What is going on here? So before Dr. White left the house, she also gave Kevin a red book. No, not the fucking app. Now fast forward to 1 month later, when the new tenants move in and Amy and her family, they move into the apartment. So the setup of the apartment is Amy and Ing, they will be sleeping together in a room because there's only 1 bedroom, and Kevin will be sleeping on the couch. Since it's temporary, so I don't think they really care. And this night, Amy, she's trying to make some new memories with Kevin on the couch. While she's buttoning down Kevin's shirt, she found out that Kevin got a new tattoo. It's a triangle-shaped tattoo with like a dot in the middle. Then Amy's like, what is this? Oh, this? I was drinking with my boss the other day and he dared me to get a tattoo. It doesn't mean anything. It's nothing. Well, if this happens to me, I would be like, okay, so when are you going to tell me if it wasn't me finding it out tonight? Yes, it's your body, your choice. You can do whatever you want to your body, but the least you can do is to inform me that you are getting a tattoo because I am your wife, right? It makes sense. But apparently to Amy, she doesn't care. She's like, oh, okay. It's like logically thinking it doesn't make any sense, but it's a horror movie. You have to ditch all of your brain cells. You cannot use the logic to watch a horror movie. A couple days later, Amy went back to the old house to retrieve some old family pictures for Ink's school project. So she has to go through the main gate to access the storage unit. P opens the door for her. Like, she's very reluctant. She's like, why are you here? So as Amy is walking towards to the end to get to the storage unit, the blinds started closing one after another. It almost looked like somebody is shadowing Amy, like to prevent her from seeing what's inside. So Amy gets to the storage unit and she opens the door because it was at capacity, so everything fell off. While P is helping Amy picking up all the shit that is scattering on the floor, Amy noticed that P has the same tattoo. The exact same triangle tattoo on the back of her neck just as Kevin did. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Is this a coincidence? I don't think so. Seeing your crush on the street with any makeup on, that is a coincidence. But when your husband is having the same tattoo as your new tenant, that is bullshit. But, you know, Amy didn't care. Amy didn't say anything. She's like, oh. But she didn't say anything. Instead, she got the pictures and she asked P, is there any mails for me? P's like, yeah, sure, I'll go get them for you. So P walks in and she locks the door in front of Amy. She's like, it's like almost like she's doing it on purpose. She doesn't want Amy to see from the outside. And the whole house is pitch black in the middle of the day. And I'm like, is this really necessary? What are you trying to hide in there? While Amy's waiting for P, and she received a text message from her neighbor saying, hey, after you're done here, can you come over? There's something I wanted to tell you. Then P comes out with all the envelopes on her hand sliced open. Every single one of the envelope is sliced open. Then she said, oh, I thought these were mine, so I opened them. Is that okay? Amy's like, yeah, that's okay. I'm like, Amy, get your shit together. Come on. Clearly, there's something wrong with the new tenants. Like, what the fuck? Get your shit together, girl. 真的是为 Amy 操碎了心. And at this point, Amy's like, you know what? Anybody got time for this shit? So she got the mails, she got the pictures, then she's out. She went inside of the neighbor's house and the neighbor asked her, hey, do you know the people that you rent your house to? Amy's like, yeah, they're doctors. I don't think so, Amy. I don't think they're doctors. They never went out. They spent the whole day staying inside and nobody can see what's going on from the outside, Amy. And also, there's like a duster-looking accessory that is made out of crow hair hanging on the door. And every morning at a specific time, 4 o'clock on the dot, they will be performing rituals and enchanting incantations inside of your daughter's room, Amy. And every time they do so, there will be hundreds of crows flying in the sky. And the other day, my dog was barking at the crows, but a couple hours later, I found my dog dying in my yard. What is going on, Amy? So Amy got back home, thinking, okay, this is weird. So she pulled out the copies of the identification cards from Dr. White and P. So if you type the name of a doctor on the internet, you gotta find something, at least something. So she put the name into a medical database website and bitch, it came on nothing. And she also brought up the tattoo incident that she had with P to Kevin. Kevin just brushed it off. He's like, oh, maybe it's just a coincidence. You know, it's a triangle. Like everybody has triangle tattoos. So yeah, it's nothing. Then Amy called her friend, who's also a police officer. She's like, hey, can you just dig some information out of them? Because like, what is going on? I cannot find anything from them. And this night, Amy got woken up by the sound of ing. She said, Mommy, there's somebody in the room. Amy immediately woke the fuck up and saying like, what? Then she checks in the mirror and she saw there's herself and Ing. She probably thinking, oh, Amy probably just saw herself in the reflection of the mirrors. That's probably nothing. There's nobody in the room. So she walks up to the balcony and she's closing the balcony door. Well, she's closing the door and the closet door behind her opens. So she goes up to the closet door. She's flipping through all the clothes. There's nothing. And suddenly she received a text message from her neighbor saying they're doing it again. And there's also a video attached. So the video is taken from the neighbor's point of view. So in the video, it's pitch black, but there's like a red light seeping through Ing's room. And you can see Dr. White is moving her head around and chanting incantations. And suddenly, she turns her head around to the camera and it just cuts. It almost looked like the neighbor got busted. And Amy typed, "What's going on? Are you okay? Why didn't you respond?" And later, even the video got recalled. Amy went into the living room trying to get some help from Kevin, but you know what? Kevin is not there. Where the fuck is Kevin? And suddenly, the lock on the door started jingling. She's like, shit, somebody's about to break in. And the door opens. It's Kevin. Amy's like, where did you go in this hour? Kevin's like, oh, I just saw a rat, so I took it outside and set it free. Then why did you bring your rat book? Oh, this? Because I put the rat in a container and I covered it with the rat book. Ew, disgusting, just throw it away. Okay, I'll do it. While Kevin is walking towards the trash can to throw away this rat book, Amy is walking back to her room. But for some reason, Amy's instinct just tells her something's not right here. So she's actually peeping through it from the door crack and she sees Kevin retrieve it back with the rat book on his hand and he's placing it back to his backpack. And his backpack is not just a regular backpack. It's almost like a luggage. It has like locks and like a passcode on there. So he's putting on a show for Amy. He's pretending that he's going to toss the red book, but he didn't. And he's doing it everything for just the book. And in the morning, Amy went back to her neighbor's house to check on her because she wasn't responding any messages. But P came out. She's like, oh, you're looking for her? She went back to her hometown. What are you talking about? She's born and raised in Bangkok. This is her hometown. And suddenly, the emotion on P's face just shifted. She said, oh, I'll let her know you dropped by. It's almost like, bitch, I already tell you what happened, believe it or not. And bitch, we all know something happened to the neighbor. Okay? Like, she's not in her hometown. And the same night, Amy got woken up again by her daughter's creepy ass doll. And apparently Ing adores that doll because it was gifted by her daddy. And speaking of which, an alarm went off from the living room. Amy checks on her phone. She's like, 3:45 in the morning? What the fuck is going on? Then Amy is peeping Kevin through the door crack and Kevin is fully ready. He's like packing everything up. He's ready to go. Then Amy's like, where the fuck are you going? Are you cheating on me? I need to find out what the fuck is happening here. So Amy grabs her phone and she's ready to gun it. But Amy didn't realize her phone is connected to the cable. Like she was charging her phone. So when she posed the phone, the charging block also fell to the ground, making a crispy sound. And immediately Kevin went back to the couch. Then he just pretending to be asleep. He's like, and Amy now is panting. She's like, oh my God, I almost got busted. Thank God. Then she turned her head around, checked on the mirror. She saw there's a shadowy figure, a ghost is approaching in front of your buff. She's pointing her crusty nails to her chest. And Amy's terrified. Then she turned on the light immediately. But there's nothing. Maybe I'm just too tired, she thought. So she wakes up in the morning, she checks on In, and it turns out there's a triangle scar on In's chest. The same one as Kevin, as P, the same triangle. And now Miss Amy is determined. She's like, I need to get to the bottom of this. So she stays up until 3:45 this night. Just as she anticipated, the alarm goes off from the living room. Her husband is going to make a run from it, then Amy decided to just stalk Kevin. So the elevator opens, Kevin gets in, goes all the way up to the roof, and Amy follows him. When Amy reached to the roof, she saw Kevin buried his face inside of the red book and moving his head in circular motion and chanting incantations. And suddenly, the gale is howling, hitting the utility poles, and there's hundreds of crows appeared above his head. It looks like the apocalypse is coming, bitch. And then Amy pulled out her phone. She's like, you know what? I'm gonna capture this buffoonery. She's pointing it to Kevin. But it's blurry. It's dark. Is there something wrong with my camera? Is it dirt on my camera? So she moves aside and she moves it back. And the shadowy figure is still there. What is going on? It looks like there's something blocking the view. Something in front of the camera is blocking the view. And suddenly, the shadowy figure opened its eye and it scared the shit out of Amy. Amy just ran off. She went back to her room. She pretended to be asleep. And Kevin went back as well. So Kevin entered the room. She's staring at Amy in the dark. Amy is biting her trembling lip. She's trying so hard to stifle the sob that is threatened to coming out of her throat. She's like,